Hi guys, this is Donna from Donna's Creative Space. I'm popping in here to do a card video. This is a paper pumpkin alternative card, but I'm using it as, this is number 2 in my video series for my holiday cards and crafts that I'm doing between now and the beginning of, probably into the first, at least the first and second week of December. And then it'll be too close to the holidays. So anyway, I am going to make sure I've got everything set here, trying to get my camera right. I think it's good. And like I said, I am going to do a video every so often. I'll be coming back again on Friday, but Fridays will be pre-recorded. It won't be live because I will be vending at a scrapbook weekend. So if you are watching, say hello. I like to know when people are out there joining me. All right, so this month's paper pumpkin was this Ho 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 paper pumpkin kit. And I'm doing an alternative card, and I thought I'd share it with you today. I'm doing, I'm using some of the product and some added product, okay? And if you are a paper pumpkin subscriber under me, you get a tutorial each month, and I've teamed up with 3 other demos, and we do a tutorial each month. These are the last 3 months. October's isn't complete yet, but that will be going out shortly. And we each do a project, so you're going to get, and we give it to our Paper Pumpkin subscribers. So if you subscribe under me, I will put the link on this video. You will get a tutorial from me each month that has 4 projects. Sometimes it's a box or a bag. There could be a scrapbook page, or it could be cards. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I made this one. It's an alternative to the paper pumpkin because these are the cards that the paper pumpkin made. Now, you can't get this paper pumpkin any longer. I believe even the filler kits, the refills, are out of stock. I happen to get a few, so if you need a filler kit, contact me and I will get one to you. Okay, so I decided instead of using the early espresso, I'm going to basically use Memento ink. I am going to accent with Pool Party ink. So let me get started. And I just want to come to you each day. Well, not each day, I'm sorry. It's just every few days I'll be coming live to do a video, this video series. All right, so what you'll need for this is you need a few of your own items, but you need a real red card base that is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And I'm going to crease that, and I'm going to set that aside. And I'm going to show you how to cut this envelope. This is part of your kit that we're going to use. And then we're going to use all the stamps from your kit. Not all, but most of the stamps from your kit. But the only items from the kit will be this and the stamps. All right. So as an alternative, this way I'm just showing you how you can use your stamps for future projects. All right. So I'm going to open up this envelope and I'll show you how I do it. All I do is I'm just going to slice off a very tiny bit at the very edge, just like that. See, it's barely anything that came off. And I'm going to do that on the other side too. I'll turn it this way. I just put it in whichever way is easier to do it on your paper trimmer. And then look at this. Look at this beautiful paper that you have. Well, what I did is I cut it right about where that fold is, where that little crease line is. Just trim that off. And I want 2 inches by 5 1/4. So I'm going to cut it 2 inches first. But look at, I could get another couple. There's a little bit of rim here, but that's okay. I would just cut through that. That would, might be behind something. So you wouldn't have to worry about that. All right, so 2 inches and then 5 1/4. All right, and so now this is just a scrap. We don't need that. All right, so that's all we need for the trimmer because I've pre-cut mostly everything. I'm going to pull in my Stampin' Pierce mat because these are photopolymer stamps. So you should have some sort of cushion underneath It could be a foam mat, like a craft mat. Hold on, let me see if I have one to show you. Yes, this is a foam mat that I got from, I think I got them at Michael's, and I doubled them up, and I put them with, I used our seal adhesive, and I put two together, so I made a nice mat for myself. But this is always handy at my table. So I've got my Memento ink out. This is a solid image here, and sometimes when you're stamping with, if you don't get full coverage, you might have some white spots in your stamp. So I also keep out my basic black Stampin' Right marker. This is the only marker that we sell, that Stampin' Up sells singularly. So it's only $3. I think it was $3. I don't know if it's gone up, but it's always been $3. I've got a piece of Pool Party that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I'm going to ink this up really good. Now you could use, if you have a Stamparatus, you could use your Stamparatus. I was just decided that I could do this and just touch it up with my marker. I want to show you this way because some people don't have the Stamparatus. But with the Stamparatus, you get a really nice, if you don't get a really nice stamp the first time, you can ink it up and stamp in the same position, because the Stamparatus is a stamp positioning tool. So I'm just going to hold it there for a second, let the ink sink in. I got to move up because I realize I'm out of the image area. Now see what I mean, how it has a little bit of white in there? I'm just going to take my Stampin' Right marker, and you just have to kind of just touch it a little and get rid of those white marks. And that's it. So it's nice to have this marker in your toolbox, your crafting toolbox. So now it's nice and black. All right, I know I was out of the image a little bit there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to stamp some stars on here. Now my original sample, I used the snowflake from the stamp set, but it also has these 3 little stars. So I decided I'm going to use those for my video. And I'm just going to stamp them, and I'm going to turn my stamp every once in a while so they don't seem like they're, like, I should get a piece of scrap paper so I don't, hang on, so I don't muddy up my, because I do want to stamp off, because it looks better when you have some of your stamp on like this. See how I went off the edge a little bit? And you only have to do, I'm turning it so they don't look like they're all in the same area. And you only have to do like the first, the top half of it. I'm going to put one right there. So see how I stamped off so it's on the paper? All right, so that's that. Now we are going to get rid of this ink, and we are going to adhere our striped paper right to the bottom of this. I'm just going to use liquid glue. I am running low on my seal adhesive. I'm getting really used to this adhesive too. I mean, I use it often, but not often enough, because it's almost like I end up like a kindergartner afterwards. I have all kinds of glue everywhere. All right, so I'm going to leave that there for now. Get this. I'm just going to line up the bottom edges because it's cut the same width. So like I said, oops, stuck to my fingers. I told you I get it everywhere. All right, and I don't see any comments coming through. If you're watching, say hello. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it could be that, I'm not sure. I don't see any like that. But anyway, it could be that Facebook is acting up again. I know last weekend when I was doing my holiday workshop Friday night and Saturday all day, it was crazy. It seemed like all of a sudden people weren't, they were commenting, but I couldn't see them. So I'm just cutting. I know it was off the image, but the edge of my table here has a ruler on it. So I just cut off this. This is our black and white checked ribbon. I believe it's inaudible or unavailable right now. So I've cut off 10 inches, and I'm using my Sharpie technique. And all that is we're gonna make this little knot, but we'll save on ribbon. You don't have to tie it all the way around and then try to tie a little knot. To me, it's hard to do that sometimes. So I'm gonna just tie a knot on the end of my ribbon, and I'm going to do it close to one end. I only need maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches left over because the knot is going to be on this side of the card. So I got about 1.5 inches there, and then I'm going to tie a second time right through like that, and I'm going to pull it tight. If you go to Donna's Creative Space on YouTube, I have a whole video that I just keep doing this so you can really get the hang of it, and you can see other card samples that I did using it. All right, so then you pull this off like that. All right, and you have this kind of loop. You guys see that loop? So I'm going to take my adhesive runner. The liquid glue won't work as good for this, and I put adhesive on the 2 edges, right about where these, see, watch, see, right about where that paper meets. And then I'm going to put this loop right up to the edge and wrap this end around and tack it in the back, and then wrap this end around and tack it in the back, just like that. See that? And now I'm going to put this whole thing, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cheat a little and put a little, it's not really cheating, but I'm finding it helps to put some Scotch tape on the end. And I guess I'll just keep going with the liquid glue. Since I've got like, I just put an order in yesterday, and I ordered like, I don't know, 12 seal runner refills because I am running low. Okay, so now this, got it all glued. I'm going to center this on our card front, and with the liquid glue you have a little wiggle room, so that's kind of nice. All right, so now that part's done. Now I did have, I don't know where it went. Let's see. Oh, here it is. It's right over here. I want to stamp, let me pull this out again. I want to stamp the Santa head there and the sentiment here. I'm going to stamp the Santa head first. Oh, can you guys see that little piece of, there's like a little piece of glitter on my memento pad. You might not be able to see it on the camera. Come on, get off. I got it. I was cutting a lot of organdy ribbon. That white organdy ribbon has that glitter in it. All right, stamp Santa head. Ink this up really good. And we're going to stamp right in the center of that circle. It fits. It's close, but it fits. I'm going to hold it there for a second. Let that go. Set him aside. Now I'm going to do the Santa Claus is coming to town. Now this piece here is, this little piece of white is 3/4 by 2 1/4. And this piece here, this white is 2-inch circle punch. And I also have a 2 1/4-inch circle punch. And, excuse me. Come on. Let me close up the ink. Oh, there's one more thing you can do. I don't have it done on the inside of that one, but I will show you. Use your ho 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 stamp for the beginning, because Santa Claus is coming to town, and give it a little twist. This is another one that's got a lot of area, surface to cover with that ink. And I'm just going to stamp the ho ho ho. That will be my inside piece. And now I can put away the ink. All right. I have the paper out still because I'm going to do a little bit. Oh, look what I did. I got some, just a teeny bit of, my goodness. Must have had ink on my finger. I am going to see if I can get that off with this. Yep, it's coming off. Okay. Whoops. I brushed them right away. All right. All we're doing with this Santa is we are going to use a real red dark to color his hat. I think I'll use the other point. Oh, much better. Have more control sometimes. If you're working in a tight little area, you might want to use the felt tip point of this. I'm not doing any blending today, just strictly coloring in. So that's with real red. And then I use petal pink for his face. And I'm going to let that sit for a second before I go. Let me get the other side so I can get closer to his beard. I mean his mustache. There. I'm going to let that sit for a second, but I'm going to do his nose red. Okay. So I can do his nose once I put him on here. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue. Now I'm going to make a PDF tutorial for you so that in case you want to make this card, you'll have the instructions. Just for this, I'm doing this for my video series. The instructions will also be in my PDF, my big PDF with the other 3 demonstrators. All right, so this is going to go up on dimensionals. And this is going to go up on dimensionals. Don't let me forget his nose. I guess nobody is commenting today, or maybe you're commenting and I can't see it. That happened, like I said, over the weekend. But, oh, before I forget, this here, excuse me, I have my card class to go happening right now. And it goes on till the 20th, so I just figured I'd show you them. If you place a $50 order with me, it doesn't have to be on the item, the stamp sets used for this. I used framed florets and framed and festive. It doesn't have to be on those items. Anything you want, $50. Once you spend $50 on product before tax and shipping, I will send you a card kit. This is my card class to go. It will come with written instructions and a video showing you how to put the cards together. So you could just, if you're good with just the printed tutorial, there you go. Otherwise, if you need a little extra help, you can watch me put them together. So you'll get enough to make 2 of each of these. So there's 2 that are holiday. There's this one and this one. Those 2 are the holiday. And then the other 2, this one's a birthday one. This is that Fitting Florets paper. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous. And then you will have to have the dies to cut 3 items out, or you could fussy cut. These weren't too hard. You could fussy cut those. But if you don't have these type of dies, the labels and stuff, anything that I can provide ahead of time, I will die cut for you. Excuse me. I'll give you the ribbon. You'll need your own embellishments. I'm going to tie your bows. I'll cut these. This whole thing, you'll get everything cut for you. On this one, you'll have to stamp these flowers and then fussy cut them out. So you'll need the dies or fussy cut them with scissors. This bow will come to you. This is our white crinkle ribbon. You'll need a polished pink Stampin' blend to color it if you want to make it pink. If you don't have one, you can just leave it white. But I'll give you the dies for this. This one here, you get this die, this ribbon. You'll get a piece of white paper for anything that you have to stamp first. So you'll be anything you have to stamp before cutting, you guys have to do. Hi, Tiffany, how are you? And then this last one is just a card. This could be a birthday. This could be graduation. Could be anything. So here again, you'll have to stamp this image and cut it out. Or if you don't have the dies, you fussy cut it with scissors. All right, so that's the card class to go. And you just have to shop, spend $50 with me before the 20th of the month. Oh, and use that host code. You have to use the host code. Otherwise, I can't find your order and I won't be able to send you a card kit. So make sure you put that in. When you're shopping with me and you can't find the host code, on my PC, I'm not sure if you're shopping on your phone, but right under where it says you're shopping with Donna, up in the right corner, right below it, it says add host code. You just click on that and then a little box pops up and you put the code in, but you have to hit apply. All right, let's get back to our card. So I took off, let's put this on the inside. Put our ho, ho, ho. So I'm just going to get some adhesive on this. And this is a nice sketch. And what I mean by that is if you didn't have this paper pumpkin stamp set, you could just use the same measurements. Isn't that great? I love that stamp. You could use the same measurements and like the card base, the matte designer paper cut 2 by 5 1/4, same measurements, and just put whatever you want. All right, so I should do that. I've been wanting to do sketches. I may start that. That might be my New Year's thing. All right, so this little sentiment is going to go down here. Both those are up on dimensionals. Put towards me and make sure. Now remember this loop. Oh, let me do his nose before I forget. Oh, and there's one thing I wanted to do to him too, but let me cut the ribbon. We're almost done. You're doing good, beautiful cut. Oh, thanks, Tiffany. I'll be seeing you at your crop soon too. Okay, so I'm going to put my scissors in. This is the Sharpie technique. I made that loop, right? Can you see that loop there? And I'm putting my scissors in, kind of flatten a little, and I'm going to cut it at an angle. The bottom half of my scissors are inside the loop. I cut it at an angle, and look at that. It makes the cutest little knot. Isn't that cute? So easy, and you use less ribbon. Ugh, oh my goodness, ribbon. Okay. Let's see, I just want to add some Winka Stella, and then we'll put a little bit of bling in the sky. It's a little bit of Winka Stella. I know Winka Stella doesn't always work on video. You can't necessarily see it. Sometimes the light catches it. So I put Winka Stella on the rim of his hat and his pom-pom. And then I'm going to put a few rhinestones. Let's see. I know I brought in my take your pick tool. I thought I did. I don't see it. All right, so I'll use this little thing. Oops. And I'm just going to put a couple of rhinestones anywhere where there aren't any stars. Maybe if you feel there's a spot that needs a stone. And then I'm going to put one. Oops, I didn't pick it up. I'll have to, Adora, I'll have to have you show me the technique in person. Yes, I will show you. So I like to do an odd number. So this is a lot for the card, but I did one on the Santa because there was just that white space there. A couple in the skies, press them down. I'm just going to put one over here. And that's it. Ho, ho, ho. Santa Claus is coming to town. So like I said at the beginning of this video, I will be doing a pre-recorded video for Friday because I won't be around. All right, so I will post it for noon. So instead of being here live at noon, I'll post the photo, and it's a really cute shadow box. I thought I was going to do it for my second video, but I'm going to save it for Friday because it's going to be a little bit longer video, and I can record it and post it, and you guys can fast forward through the parts that you don't want to watch. Okay, guys. That's all I have for you today. So thank you for watching video 2 in my holiday cards and craft video series for this year. Take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.